everyone, welcome back to Yours in Tourism with Zandile Godwana, your favorite tourism teacher, your favorite tourism tutor, and of course, your distinction girl. So in today's segment, we will be discussing travel documentations. We're going to be comparing what is the difference between a passport and a visa, and how the requirements that you need in order to require a passport and a visa. We'll be looking into how to obtain an international driver's permit or license. Then we'll be looking into the health certificate. Then again, we'll be focusing on the green channel, red channel, prohibited goods, restricted goods, and many more. Stay tuned. So what is a valid passport? A passport is an official document that certifies one's identity and citizenship. So basically, a passport, you apply it at Home Affairs, right? Then it certifies or it confirms who you are. It confirms who you are, your gender, your age, and of course, your citizenship, whether you're from another country or you're from South Africa. So basically, a passport, it confirms where you come from and who you are. Then what is a visa? A visa is an endorsement on a passport. So basically, an endorsement is a stamp. An endorsement is a stamp on a passport that allows entry into a specific country. Where the embassy of the country that you are traveling to, they will stamp your passport. That is your visa. So basically, guys, a passport is the book. Then a visa, it is an endorsement. An endorsement is a stamp. Please don't get confused. So what are the requirements for you to obtain a passport? You will need to complete an online form. One, you will need to submit required documents, which is your ID, your citizenship, and of course, photographs. Then you will need to pay the passport fees, right? For you to obtain a passport. So you will need to complete an online application. You will need to submit required documents, which is your ID, your place of residence, and of course your photographs. Then you will need to pay the passport fees. So what is it that you need in order to obtain a visa? So firstly, you need to complete an application form from the specific destination of the country. Obviously, we'll go to the embassy of the country that you are going to. And you need to submit necessary documents like your invitation letters. You need to submit your tickets, air tickets, to confirm that you're going to come back into the country. So basically, they need proof that you are going to visit and you are coming back, because remember, there's a history of people going internationally and they go to work, so they reduce that. That's why they need proof of your when you are going to the place and when you're coming back. They want those flight tickets. Then again, you need to submit your itineraries. What is it that you're going to, where are you going to visit? What is it that you're going to do? They want to track everything that you want to do at that certain country. Then obviously, you need to pay the visa. Then remember, visas vary from country to country. And again, it varies on the purpose of travel, right? For example, if you are a leisure tourist, your visa will be different. If you're a business tourist, your visa will be different. So again, then we have something called a Schengen visa. A Schengen visa is a document that allows a person to travel freely within the Schengen area, which is 26 European areas. So basically, it's 26 areas within their European areas. So basically, it gives you a passport for you to travel freely without being asked or going through border control. So it allows you to travel within those. Remember, in the European countries, it has a lot. In Europe, there's a lot of countries. So it's going to be, imagine being stopped in every country and you are trying to travel. So basically, a Schengen visa gives you access for you to access those 26 countries freely. So that is what a Schengen visa is. So the visa enables travelers to move from these countries without going border checks once entered into the Schengen area. Then the other documentation that you need to submit is a health certificate. Some countries require a health certificate for entry, like for your vaccinations, which is for cholera and yellow fever, right? Travelers should check health requirements for their specific destination. So basically, if you are going to a specific destination, you need to ensure that you know what health precautions that you need to take. And it's within your responsibility to make sure that you know. If a country says that you need a vaccination for cholera, you need to, before you travel, you need to ensure that you got that vaccination, so as your yellow fever. Then the other travel documentation that you need is an international driver's license. Let's say, Vela, you will be hiring a car or you will be driving to those countries. Obviously, you will be driving, right? So you need an international driver's license. And for you, what is a driver's license? International driver's license. It allows tourists to drive legally in foreign tourists. So you can drive comfortably in foreign countries. So basically, you get that international driver's license. So it permits you to drive internationally freely. And how do you obtain one? You go through relevant authorities, which is your AA, your automobile associations. Then you provide necessary documents, which is your valid driver's license, passport, and your passport photos. Then, of course, you pay the applicable fees. Okay, guys, so it is important that you also know the concepts relating to traveling. So if it happens that you are traveling internationally, there's certain things that you need to follow. There's certain rules that you need to follow. There's things that you need to know before you travel, right? So we will be focusing more on your duty-free goods. What is a duty-free good? What is a restricted good? What is a prohibited good? What is your travel allowances? Right? So let us start. So what is a duty-free good? It is goods purchased at an international airport or ports without paying import taxes or import duties. So basically, duty-free goods are certain amounts that you are allowed to take, right? But if it happens that you exceed that amount, it means that you're going to pay your duty free. Or if it happens that you buy from airports, you will see that airport rates are really high because you are paying what? You are paying for duty free. So basically, duty free has allowances, meaning that the allowance that you're allowed to take, if it happens that you take more than a certain amount, it means that you're going to be paying the taxes. So you need to know the allowances. So the first one says you are not allowed to carry more than 200 cigarettes and you are not allowed to take more than 20 cigars. Then you are not allowed to take more than 50 milliliters of perfume, and you are not allowed to take more than 250 milliliters of cologne. So your perfume and your cologne has different measurements. So your perfume, it is 50 milliliters and your colognes is 250 milliliters. Then you are not allowed to carry more than 2 liters of wine. If it happens that you have wine, then you are permitted to only take 2 liters. Then you are not allowed to take more than 1 liters of spirits. I'm talking about your spirit alcohol. I'm talking about your gins. I'm talking about your vodkas. So you're not allowed to carry more than 1 liter. Then you are not allowed to carry more than 5,000 cash on you. So if you have petty cash, that petty cash should not pass 5,000. If it happens that you carry more, especially like your cash, you are not allowed to carry more than that. If it happens, then you need to pay taxes. Okay, then we need to know what is a prohibited item. So prohibited, it means that it is not allowed at all into that country. You are not allowed to travel. It is items that are not allowed for import on imports, exports and imports due to legal, health and safety reasons. So guys, for example, if it happens that you want to travel, let's say you love animals, right? and you have skin. Let's say you went to Europe and you found a skin of an animal, right? It is not prohibited. Why? Because remember those skins. Remember, for you to carry that skin, you need to follow the processes, right? You can't slaughter an animal and expect to take it already. There's rules and regulations for that, right? If it happens, they do find you. They can fine you or imprisonment because you don't have the legal documents of proving that that animal, you poached it or you took the skin legally. So you need to ensure you have those papers. So basically, again, let's say right now you have there's certain things like your weapons. You're not allowed to carry a weapon like a knife. There's no reason for you to carry a knife, right? So those are your prohibited goods, items. Then again, you need to know what is a restricted good. Goods that are restricted, they're allowed, but they are not allowed. So meaning that they can accept it, but you need to prove your case. So you need it. For instance, medication. You need to tell them, you need to declare, when you arrive at the airport, you declare that, no, I have medication and I need this medication because of I am sick, I am what. Then you prove your case. If you have drugs, like your marijuana, right? Marijuana is legal in the country, but there's certain restrictions that you need to follow, right? There's people who take marijuana for health purposes, so you need to prove your case. So those are restricted items. Then, guys, you need to know the difference between a green channel and a red channel. A green channel and a red channel. So basically, a green channel is a channel that it is designed for passengers who have nothing to declare. Let's say you have nothing to declare, you have no restricted item, you have no duty-free good. It means that you have nothing on you that might get you penalized or where you have to pay taxes, right? So a green channel is when you don't have anything to declare. You have nothing on you that can prevent you or can harm people or if you don't have anything that is not allowed. Remember, before you travel, you need to know the rules and regulations of each and every country. So you need to ensure that, so if it happens that you have nothing on you, you are clean, you are fine, then it means that you pass through the green channel. So meaning after the border security, whatnot, you go through the green channel. But remember, when you get to the green channel, it means that they're going to search you again to ensure that you're not crossing any boundary. You should ensure that when you are going to that country and you go through the green channel, it means that you have nothing to declare. But if it happens, they find something on you, it means they can charge you for something or they can charge you taxes because of that, because you did not declare. So it is important that when you get to the airport, you need to make sure that you don't have food on you. If it happens that you have food on you and you're not sure if it's good or you're allowed to travel with it, go through the red channel, but I'll explain what is the red channel. So a red channel is when you have duty-free goods. Remember, when you have duty-free goods, they need to ensure that you have the right amount. You are within the travel allowance. You need to ensure that you are not carrying more than that. Remember, they need to charge you for taxes, right? So for them to charge you taxes, they need to ensure that it is the right amount that you are carrying. Then if it happens that you are carrying a weapon on you, or maybe you forgot it, then you go through the red channel, and obviously they will be lenient on you if it happens that you carry drugs, obviously, and you declare, but there's no criminal that will declare that they have drugs on them. But anyway, so a red channel is when you have something to declare. So guys, when you get to the airport, they give you a form, right? That form, you will say to them, no, you have nothing to declare. When you have nothing to declare, you go through the green channel. If you have something to declare, you know that you're going to go through the red channel. This is where they will ensure that you are safe and it's safe for you to travel. So basically it's for passengers who are carrying duty-free goods and prohibited items. Right. Then the government department employs custom controls at the ACSA. So the government employs the government department employs custom control officers at ACSA. What is ACSA? ACSA is Airport Company of South Africa, right? So they stand as SARS, right? Those are the security. So meaning that the government, they employ those SARS members at the ACSA. They are the ones they're going to check your duty-free allowances if you have the right amount. So they are the security guards of SARS. Then, what is a travel allowance? A travel allowance is the amount of the accepted amount or allowance that you're allowed to carry, like your bags. You're allowed to take a big bag, then you're allowed to take a small bag, right? So there are allowances, and each and every airline has its different travel allowances for bags and whatnot. So you need to make sure that when you are traveling, you have the correct amount that you are going through. So it is the limits on quantities and the value of goods travelers can bring into the country duty free. So basically, you're allowed to go with it freely. If it happens that your bag is heavy or you have extra amounts of bags that you're not supposed to, it means that you're going to pay allowances, meaning that they're going to charge you for tax as well. So duty free. So you're allowed to, it's the correct amount that you're allowed to take. So guys, today's lessons ends here. We will meet again on the second segment, which is your time zones. See you soon.